support. Virtual server supports up to 3.6 gigabytes of RAM per virtual machine. So some pretty amazing amount of virtual or RAM support out of Microsoft Virtual Server. With security, you can use SSL for administration of your virtual server system. So that way your administration that's done over the network is encrypted. You can have configurable user context for virtual machines. By default, a virtual machine runs under the account of the user who turned it on, but for added security, you can configure each virtual machine to run under a specific user account. Let's see, resource management. Virtual server has flexible memory and CPU allocation. What this means is that virtual server will dynamically allocate CPU resources from the host machine to the different virtual servers as it's needed. Other enterprise features, virtual networking. Virtual networking configuration is very important when it comes to virtual machines. Virtual server offers its own DHCP server built into the virtualization software. You can also configure DNS and WINS and IP address lease times with that DHCP server. You can have two-node clustering with Microsoft Virtual Server. Now let's move on and talk a little bit more about what's new in Virtual Server 2005 Release 2. This is now available as a free download. Microsoft Virtual Server is a free product, and the only version of it is the Enterprise Edition. Used to there was a standard and an Enterprise. Now there's just Enterprise. It says this can be installed on servers with up to 32 physical processors. I think that should be enough for just about anyone. As we said, it supports clustering. iSCSI support is a new feature. It supports 64-bit processors, but only for the host operating system, not for the guests. That's important. It supports PXE booting on the network adapter, improved hyperthreading. Let's see, some performance improvements. And some of the new benefits are that Windows Server guest operating systems have additional performance improvements, and the 64-bit host support we talked about. Availability, clustering, and iSCSI. Here's some of the benefits to Microsoft Virtual Server: rapid deployment and provisioning. The virtual hard drives